Hey, what is going on, guys? I have a pretty brief video for you today, but pretty interesting one as we are just days away from Apple's event. And as that approaches every single year, we've got manufacturers in China who produce dummy units, dummy phones, meant to replicate the exact dimensions and design to some degree of the iPhone. This is mainly done for case makers and for carriers to put display units in their stores, usually non-working display units. And as more information gets leaked or announced, they kind of adjust their designs for these as more information comes out in the media, on social media, and we see those adjustments in subsequent runs of manufacturing for these dummy units. So I have the latest dummy units that have been produced in China. I had them rushed delivered. Now still, these probably are not going to match the exact color of what we see at the event. But the design dimensions should be exactly the same, and who knows, they may hit on the colors as well. So I have not even opened these yet. I have here I think this is the blue one. These are all in the Pro Max, by the way. The orange, and I think this is the black one. And I've got the gray or white. We'll see. Let's start with this one. We'll see what colors exactly we've got here. And these are actually pretty heavy, so these are probably going to be quite well made. Here is the white one. Who knows if there's even going to be a gray for sure. And here you see exactly as it's been leaked, sort of in renders and so forth. I even got some plastic on the front cover. Peel that. Again, these are non-working dummy units, but these are the latest models from China. And you see sort of that brushed aluminum, probably not titanium anymore, at least not for the 17 Pro and Pro Max. Titanium may be for the iPhone 17 Air, if it is indeed called the Air. And here you see the design, pretty much what we expect. The Apple logo a little bit off center. However, the final design for this is supposed to be some sort of dual material here. You're going to have glass on the back and some aluminum. So the little glass sort of plate around here will probably be positioned in a way where it makes this Apple logo look more centered. So I think these dummy units will be off slightly in design as far as that goes anyway. You've got your action button here, your volume buttons up and down as well as usual. And this would be for a SIM tray, but the units we get here in the United States and some other regions are not going to have a place for a SIM card, apparently. Got your typical speaker grill on the bottom, USB-C port, and everything else looks about as expected or the same as the last few models. Nothing super exciting here. This is the white unit. Let's place it just right over here on the box itself. Now let's take a look at this one, which I think might be the black. And indeed, this is the black unit, and as you see, it looks exactly as expected. I don't know what this. Oh, this is a plastic wrap as well. That makes sense. So I'll take that off so you see how that looks. And yeah, about as expected. It's just kind of not a full like black, not a jet black, but it's black. And I wonder if this is going to match the exact black of the iPhone. It's definitely not gray. It's darker than that, but you can see the difference in blacks between the Apple logo and the camera housing compared to the body itself. We'll see how that looks again on the exact unit. And you kind of have a nice matted finish here on the edges. I prefer the polished edges personally, and that's partly because the phone ends up looking like a dummy phone when it's matte over here and it's a brushed finish on the sides. But that's very subjective, so if you disagree, I understand. Let's do our peeling ear candy again. So there you have it. That was the black 17 Pro Max. Up next, actually, let's do this orange one last. We'll do what should be the blue. And I think the blue is pretty mysterious. I'm not sure what shade of blue it's going to be. A lot of people have been saying it's a dark blue. And this dummy unit does show, again, a dark blue. Not quite as dark as the blue color that came out a couple years ago that was kind of like a blue-black almost. But it is definitely a dark blue, and it's nice. Don't get me wrong, it's nice. But Apple loves their light blues, so I'm not going to be shocked if it ends up being a lighter blue Every few years they seem to just rename some sort of light blue color that they had, come out with it, and it sells pretty well. So this is the blue. Let's peel this off as well. Again, sort of a matted finish, that off-centered Apple logo that is glossy, and according to this, the camera housing is also going to be on the glossier side. See the edges again, that matted finish. It's supposed to be aluminum, and of course the camera here will be housing that 48 megapixel sensor, rumored to be triple lens action there. You're gonna have your wide, your ultra wide, and your telephoto. Supposed to be a 24 megapixel front facing camera, and that main sensor is supposed to be upgraded and supposed to have a 3D LiDAR scanner for depth sensing. Peel that off, and there you have it, the blue dummy phone of the iPhone 17 Pro Max. Now the orange. The orange has been the subject of some controversy. I think most people like it, are down for it, but it depends on the shade of orange we end up getting. So let's see what this latest dummy unit production has to say about the orange. Let's take it out of here. Okay, so it's a very true orange, I would say, on the back, but maybe it veers slightly copperish. I'll say that I expect the actual unit to look even more on the copper side. If you look on the edges, it does look like sort of a deep, bright copper. Peel that again. So this is how the regular dummy phone manufacturers in China feel like these phones are going to look. Again, this is the prediction for the orange. Here's the edges again. The edges, of course, look more metallic because it is an actual metal that they had to color. And I'll tell you, anodized aluminum, it is easier to color aluminum than titanium. So there's definitely more of a possibility that you see some more depth to the color, some more saturation to the colors this year. That's partly why I'm not sure exactly what shade of blue we'll get, but it'll probably be similar to this. I'm excited for, honestly, the blue and the orange. Of course, I'm going to pick just one because I get these with my own money. Let's peel this back here. And there you see the difference between this matte finish and the glossier finishes around the camera housing and the Apple logo. Put this right here. And there we have it, the latest dummy units from China for the iPhone 17 Pro Max. Just a few more days till we see what they actually look like, but you see now, you can start planning, start deciding what color you want to get, maybe start planning what cases you want to get, what case colors you are looking to get as well. All right, guys, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss a single video that drops. It's all mobile tech here. If you got any questions about these, you can also let me know in the comments, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.